Okay. Let's start. So start with, again, sitting tall, always sitting tall. Flexing shoulders. Space around you, always that is clear, especially when we do it online. Then bring awareness inwards. Notice how your body feels. Through the muscles, through the joints. Ease of sitting. So look at the strength in your body. Awareness into your breath. Observe the flow of the breath. At your nose, feel the air coming in and leaving. Notice the fullness of the breath. So we don't want to look just into how deep it flows, but also which of the areas in the side or the back, where you feel that more. Notice how you feel. And if that is reflected in your breath. Remember that the breath is the true guide to how you feel. Remember to check in with your Anandamaya Kosha as well. So your potential to be happy, to enjoy whatever you do. Svarupaya Namaha. Om Shri Satgurave Namaha. Yogena Chittasya Bhadena Vacha Malam Shavayapasya Cha Vaityakena Yopa Karotam Bravaram Monina Patanjalim Anjali Ranatosmi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Have hands on the floor and let them slide forward. Stay on your fingertips, stay low with the hips. So although they might want to come off, keep them a little there. So draw down more so and lengthen away from the hips where they are at the moment. Take another 2 deep breaths in, creating space, creating length, softness, and with the out breath, let go of shoulders, so the tops of the shoulders, areas where we are holding tensions. And then with your next in-breath, after the 2, walk back up into upright. Exhale. Roll to the shoulders a couple of times, lifting them up and drawing them back and down. And backwards up and forwards down, so reverse direction. When you take them backwards up, focus on the shoulder blades coming together, lifting, and then release them forwards down. Okay, so we go into moving through the spine, hands on the side, fingertips can be just next to the hips. With the in-breath, lift the arms up, lengthen, spread out through the arms, open the collarbones, and then bring your right hand on the floor, rotate out left arm, lift up. Now keep your hips down, and exhale, move over. So we want to work into the length of the left side. Inhale, lengthen up, exhale, over to the right. One more time, lifting up, and exhale, take that over, keeping the hip on the floor. Inhale, back to level, and exhale, left hand on the floor, rotate out your right, lift up, lengthen, and oh, inhale, and exhale, oh, and one more time, breathing in, lengthen, take the length into the left side. Inhale, back to level, exhale, bring your arms down, change the legs. So the other leg goes in front or on top. And then lift up again. And now we go further into this movement. So now your right hand again goes onto the floor, but walk the hand so that the left hip comes off now. Stay on your fingertips, rotate out your left arm, lift up and take it over. Maintain on the fingertips, lengthening, and now stay in the pose. Inhale, and with the out breath you want to lengthen through the fingertips and taking the knee a little down without touching the floor, without aiming really to bring it back onto the floor, to increase the opening around the waist and the side of the hip. One more breath in, one more breath out, reach away. The fingertips away from the knee. Inhale, back to level. And exhale, bring your left hand on the floor. Slide out to lift the right side. Stay on your fingertips, rotate out, right arm, lift up. And exhale, take it over. Lengthen away. Inhale, stay. You can look up if that feels comfortable for the neck. Have your chin a little lower so you feel a sense of length through the neck. One more breath in, one more breath out. Inhale, come back to center, and exhale, bring your hands behind you. Fingers towards you if possible, pelvis rolls forward, your navel moves forward, your chest bone, the lower part forward, slightly up, chest bone lifting up, shoulder blades closer together. Open through the front, feel the strength through your back. Gaze where comfortable. Deep breath into the front of your body. And with the out breath, feel the support of your back. One more breath into the front. Exhale. Feel the support through the back, even out. Inhale, come back up into upright. Exhale, bring both hands onto your knee. We go into a twist, so you bring your right arm up with the in-breath, behind you with the out-breath. And if you like, they can stay on their sides, or you bring your left arm over to the right knee. Inhale through the center. So the sitting bones you feel on the floor. And then you lengthen up through the front. Keep focusing on the front of your body. Lower chin again, parallel to the floor, and then look back with the out breath. Inhale, you can ease out. And exhale, turn. Inhale, easing slightly out. Exhale, turn. Inhale, bring your right arm up. Exhale, forward stand back onto the knee. Inhale, left. Lengthen up, exhale behind. Inhale, lengthen, lift. Exhale, turn, look over your left shoulder. Inhale. And exhale. So with the in-breath, lengthen down the back of the spine. And with the out-breath, lengthen up the front of the spine. One more breath in. And exhale. Navel draws a little closer. Inhale, left arm up. And exhale, left arm forwards down. Release again through shoulders. Okay. We go into Kapalabhati. So if you want to come onto your heels into Vajrasana, I think that's the better position. You can stay cross-legged. You can stretch your legs out. Whatever feels best. Bring your hands on your navel. One on top of the other. Shoulders relaxing down. And then breathe in. Underneath your hands, feel the hands moving away from the spine. Exhale, draw actively back. Inhale, let go. Exhale. Inhale, let go. Exhale, draw back. Inhale, let go. Exhale, draw back. So either stay here or move into full Kapalabhati. Take a breath in and start with the out breath. Sorry. Inhale, sweep the arms out to T-shape, make soft fists, and then swing in. Bring the hands underneath the underarms, elbows down and back a little, and tops of shoulders down. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, sweep the arms out again. 3 fingers, thumb, index, and middle finger on the base of the skull or along the back of the skull. Again, keep tops of shoulders down, elbows drawing back, and lean your head into your fingers. So they are really the supporting part. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, head back to center, arms up overhead. And exhale, arms sideways down. Then onto your knees, tilt slightly forward. Slow in breath here. And with the out breath, lift pelvic floor up in front of the spine. Lower tummy in and up in front of the spine. Navel towards the front of the spine and up into the rib cage. And then bring your chin over. Think of an imaginary scarf towards your collarbone. And then stay there with empty lungs, hold. Keep all muscles firmly engaging, especially pelvic floor, lower tummy, to keep this energy that we have just taken in, this pranic energy in the body. Move into the organs And when you want to inhale, then slowly inhale, letting go, slow inhale. And slow exhale, come back onto your in upright. Okay, so from here we go into an opening over the upper chest. We have done that before. High kneeling, coming up from here. So the tops of the feet firm on the floor, and then your hips, they draw you up with an in-breath from here, and then arms opening into this like a little sunburst movement, even out through the back, hips moving forward, exhale, releasing down. So this is already a preparation for what we're doing afterwards in the back bend, lifting chest bone, even out through the back, slow down to strengthen through the legs. And inhale slowly up, let your thighs work, the front of the thighs, the hips moving forwards, and your upper body moves upwards. Exhale, back down. And one more time, lifting up from the thighs, from the front of the hips, open into the sunburst, the chest bone lifts up towards the ceiling, so even out, strong through your back as well. Exhale, slowly down onto the floor. And now we come up and we go into a twist here. So I inhale, lifting, again, slowly up. Now turn your palms up. Inhale here. Exhale, turn to right. Look into your right palm. Let your little finger reach. Inhale, back to center. Exhale to left. Then little fingers reaching it. The chest bone is lifting throughout. Inhale, back to center. And again, to your right. Little finger reaching. Open over upper chest. Inhale, back. Feel even integration throughout your back. To left one more time. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, slowly down. Inhale, deep breath in. Exhale, long breath out. Hands onto the floor, shoulder width apart, tuck your toes under, and then inhaling, move into an easy downward dog. So you can keep your knees well bent, focus on lengthening through your torso, around the underarms. You can walk your legs. Reaching down with one heel at a time. And then bring your knees slowly back onto the floor like a feather. Light, touching down. Inhale. Release pelvis forward. Bend elbows back, come into cow pose. Exhale, tuck tailbone under. Rounding, draw the front of your body in, engaging, look down to your thighs or to your navel even. Inhale, forward. Exhale, tuck tailbone under. Rounding into cat pose, drawing in from the front of your body. Strong through the arms, pushing the floor away. Still a sense of broadness over the upper chest. Inhale one more time. Rolling forwards, elbows back. Chest bone lifts forwards and up. Exhale, tuck tailbone under. Come into cat pose. Rounding, push the floor away with your hands. And then with the in-breath, back to level. Exhale, step your right foot forwards. Next to your right hand on the outside, and start with a few circles. Easing hips and pelvis in. Reverse. And then a few forth and back. And as you move back, roll over your heel. Keep tummy and pelvic floor a little engaged so that they are guiding you back through the center. And forwards. Release the front of your left hip and back. Go as far as it feels comfortable. One more time forwards. And one more time back. Inhale, back to level. And now take your belt or your cushion, whatever you have. We do 2 movements here. So we stay here. If you need more support for the left knee, the back knee, please put a cushion or blanket underneath. And then start off with your belt shoulder width apart or your cushion and draw it out. So you stay as low as comfortable, lift the arms up. As you release the pelvis forward, strong through your front foot, pushing the floor away. All of that with the in-breath, with the out-breath, come back into sort of little kneeling warrior. Inhale, lifting up, reach forward with your pelvis, strong through the front leg, arms lifting up, chest bone lifting. The knees drawing towards each other. Exhale. Release. One more time. Inhale, opening up. Keep already in that state where you come into the pose, the knees drawing towards each other. So you get a sense of centering and leveling through your pelvis. Lift chest bone up. Exhale. Release. Take a breath in, breath out. We do one more movement here. So now take your belt into your, let's do the left side, the back leg side. We want to have plenty of space, yeah? So left arm up, right arm at the back. Release slightly more into the Anjaneyasana, the lunge, and draw your lower ribs in. And then take the arms back. Releasing down, arms moving back, lower ribs drawing in. Deep breath and take your gaze slightly up. Deep breath into your tummy. Exhale, slowly release. Bring your device next to you. Hands onto the floor, tuck your left toes under. And move the heel away. And the heel away, lifting the knee off, and then lift your hips up into downward facing dog. You want to walk your legs maybe. If you want to stay still, feel free. Whatever you feel is giving release, letting go of intensity of this lunge. And then with your next out breath, again, slowly lower down. Knees slowly down onto the floor. Step forward with your left. And start off with circling. So do 3 times each way, small or big movements. And then 3 times, when you've done both, both ways. Then you do 3 times forth and back. And in this forth and back movement, roll over your heel, left side, lengthen straight back, engage pelvic floor, lower tummy for gauge, for guidance of center. And then stay in that forward movement. Release. We want to come up. Again, use your belt. Stay a bit more up with the hip. So that when we lift the belt, we can go in with the in-breath. Lifting, inhaling. Release the hip down. Arms reaching up, gaze slightly up, lower ribs coming a bit more in. So they are containing that movement. Inhale, lifting, lift chest. Take gaze for comfortable. Reach the arms. Exhale, back. One more time. Inhale, lifting. Stay, lift chest, exhale, release. Okay, now take your belt into your right hand. Left hand from underneath. And then first, before you move into the lunge, bring the lower ribs again slightly in. Then release down and forward and the arms back. Your pelvis is leveled and squared. The chest opens, the upper chest more so, around the shoulders. That's where we isolate that movement. Upper arm, the elbow lifts up, reaches up. Deep breath into the front, strength of the legs. Pushing the floor away with your left foot and your right top of foot. Last in-breath, and with the out-breath, slowly back. Bring your belt down next to you, and with your arms, hands back onto the floor, tuck your toes under. Left heel moves back to lift the knee. Once the knee has left the floor, then you lift your hips, then step back with your left. And here now release. So whatever your body needs, swaying the hips from side to side, walking the legs. And then to come up into standing, so look in between your hands, keep your hips up, walk the hips up, legs as straight as possible. Then when they're close to your hands, soften your knees and then sweep up. Sidewards, up, exhale, forwards, down. Take a breath here. Wait till your head feels clear. Head feels light, balanced. Not light as in lightheaded. That we want to balance a little. Okay. So come into a middle wide stance. We go into the side angle pose, Parshvakonasana. And we take the revolving version as well because it has good, good qualities for the thoracic spine to release it a little bit more. So we use that. Take your right foot over heel out to right and then bend knee over ankle. Left heel moves slightly back. Come into this more side lunging. So if your knee moves ahead of your ankle, then make a bigger step. Yeah, or stay there, that's it. Back leg super strong, pushing the floor away and giving strength to that whole left side that we're going to open. Arms up to shoulder level with the in-breath. With the out-breath, lean over, stay long from here. So you want to think of space at the hip joint, lengthen and lean over. And then bring your hand or your elbow onto your knee. Rotate out your left arm, lift it up, and with the out-breath, take it over. So start off with looking down, and then straight. And if possible, you can look up or straight. Chin in all three positions is slightly in. And so you have length of the neck, and then activate your left side. So from the outside of the left foot all the way into the fingertips, reaching, strong left leg. One more breath in. Left heel is anchoring you down. Exhale, look down. Inhale, take your left arm up, push the floor away with your right foot. Left arm draws you up into standing, foot forward. Left foot over heel to left. Bending knee. Over ankle, exhale, lean over. Bring your hand or your elbow onto your knee, rotate out the right side. Lift the arm up and take it over with the out breath. Look down. Chin a little in, look straight, or if possible, look up. Long through your right side. Your right heel is a little back. Lengthen away from the heel. All the way to the side, waist, side of rib cage. Strong left leg. Inhale, and now I'll exhale, look down. Inhale, bring your arm up, right arm, push the floor away with your left foot, right arm reaches back, lifting, foot forward, arms down. And bring your feet a little closer together. I'll remind you how we go into the revolving version. So again, right foot over here to right, left foot slightly more out. Show more the feet. It's always important because you need that space for the pelvis. Yeah, the width of the pelvis needs to be accommodated here. Okay, so out. You can come off the floor with the heel and you can lower down. Maybe that's a good way to start off with. So then you lift your left arm, reaching up, and then you take it over. And either the hand, or the elbow, or the shoulder on the outside of the right foot, right knee. Hand on the floor, or in half Anjali Mudra. And then, if comfortable, lift your back knee. Heel draws away. The hips drawing towards each other. So chest bone moves forward towards the right side. Chin a little in. You can come into Anjali Mudra. Yeah, I'll show that on the other side. And you can also keep your knee on the floor. Yeah, you can come into Anjali Mudra, or take the arm up and over, whatever feels good, but keep your torso long. That's really good, Emma. I can see that length there. Yeah. I think, Dan, that's the furthest that you go. Yeah, not more. Keep lengthening. Okay. Sureka, that's it, other side. Other side. Next in breath, come back to center. I know it's super strong on the legs. And then come up first. If you're from lunging, so if you're here, you want to come up. Feet forwards. Okay. So when you go to the other side, please be mindful. Have a look first. So although we go over to the side with the arm or even with the shoulder, but still we want to not look back. We want to look straight at eye level towards the left now. And then your chest still keeps lengthening and lifting. Yes, so you want this openness over this chest bone at the front. Okay, so go in, left. Vijaya, have your knee moving a little more back. So make it slightly bigger, the back leg. So have slightly more space between your foot and your knee. That's it. So you can lunge just a little in. It gives you more freedom in your pelvis. That's it. Deep breath in, strong through the legs. Yeah, that's it. Keep your chest bone lifting. Yeah, that's it. Think of just of your back, not where you would like to go or how the pose might look like. Think of your thoracic spine to lengthen and to bring it a little so the tensions, they might loosen. Excellent. Looking super strong, Emma, really good. Next in breath, come back to center and up. And lifting knee, pivot forward, and then bring your feet closer together. Circle. Okay. So we do one movement here, wide-legged forward bend. And we take, to keep a little bit more working with that movement of the thoracic spine, we go into the thread the needle arm position. So hands onto pointy hip bones at the front, lift up, legs drawing in. So the inner legs drawing in from the inner the arches into mid pelvis. Keep that as you fold forward with your out breath. Long through the upper body. So halfway down, bring your hands onto the floor. And we want to stay halfway. So if the floor is too low, come onto the seat of the sofa, table, or chair. Bring hands more to center. Weight into your left hand, pushing the floor away to lift your right elbow. Stick with the elbows. Draw the elbow up and a little back. Keep the elbow bent. Reaching up. The floor hand, really push the floor away with that to lift up through the upper elbow. Lift on the in-breath. One more time, lifting up on either side. So finish with lifting left. Then have the hands both, take them a little out, both on the floor, and soften the elbow back. Think of cobra and the cow pose. Lift your chest away with an in-breath, away from the legs, and with the out-breath, lower down. Head relaxes down, hands are comfortable. Stay here for a breath in, and with the out-breath, releasing through the spine, through the neck, through the head. And then soften knees, hands onto the knees, inhale, sit back, straighten legs. And Bring legs closer together. You can release the legs if you like, if you feel that's needed. Otherwise, come towards the front of your mat. Go back down onto the floor. Have the feet hips width apart. Inhale, lift arms up. Exhale, fold forwards. Hands onto the floor underneath your shoulders. Spread fingers, weight into fingers and knuckles. Step back, right leg. Lengthen through the heel. Strong through your arms. Left next to right. High plank. And then from here we go straight up into downward facing dog. Notice how this feels now, downward facing dog. Different to at the beginning. The space in your body, notice strength. If you feel it's too much, go onto your knees and come into the puppy stretch. And from here, we're going down onto the floor with the knees, nice and slowly. Again, touching down like a feather. Swing the elbows in and then slide forward. Come into cobra pose, so tops of feet, untucked toes, and the hands are next to the chest. When you slide forwards, they are ideal where they are, where you land, and then bring your elbows in, draw them down, lift your chest, keep tops of shoulders away from the ears, lift with the strength, keep the elbows bent, and exhale down. Inhale. Push up and back into child pose. Just to slide the arms slowly back and then come in that movement up into sitting. All the way up. Okay, good. So we work a little bit from high kneeling into towards the camel. If you like, you can put a cushion between the thighs to steady. When you come into this position, you think of the inner thighs, they're drawing up the same way from the knees into mid-pelvis as they do when you do standing postures. Yes, so you want to have that sense of lift through the inner thighs, hips moving forward, the top of the hip bone moves up, and then you have length through the back. So long through the front, long through the lower back, always moving up. Chest bone lifting, still coming from the knees, that's where the movement starts. Drawing together and up. And lift. You can bring your hands on two places. So if you feel that your lower back still feels a little congested, then think of you moving the buttocks down with the hands. Or you can take them even this way around with the fingers pointing up and the buttocks sliding down to get more length in that lower part. Or you can bring the hands with the thumbs back high up towards the chest area and then bring elbows towards each other and feel that it lifts forwards and up. Think of moving forwards in order to bend back. So length through the front. Moving down through the buttocks, the hips moving forwards. Lifting, chest lifts up. And then when you feel strong through your back, supported, then you can take the arms down, think of reaching down. If you're familiar with Ustrasana, then you can try to move down. If you think
No, too far. You're nearly there, Vijaya. Lift chest. Think of lifting and moving forwards nice and slow with control. So go in and out, that you feel you always have that strength to come out again of this pose without changing the body, without twisting. Lift chest, lift chest more. Yeah, that's it. Even more. Keep the shoulders relaxing down, 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 down. That's it. Lifting chest. So that movement keeps throughout. Hips moving forwards. Yeah. Can work at all these different stages. Look a little ahead of you, Sureka. Look ahead of you. Don't look up, ahead of you. Yeah, let's it. Lower your gaze. Look on the wall opposite. And then maybe as you go further back, more up the wall, but not straight overhead. Even arch through the back. So make sure, feel the areas where you feel they are, they feel congested, they hold you through that. You need to lift, lift, lift. That's it. That's it, Anthony. And it doesn't matter how far you go. Always think of that. Think of this lengthening up, having this strength. You can also, if you reach just about your feet, but not with ease, you can tuck your toes under to bring them a little up. And then you have this integration throughout the midline, through the center, from the knees, through the inside of your thighs, mid-pelvis, long through your lower back. Then you go down, and when you've reached, then again you go back in, the hips moving away, chest lifting more up. To come out. Try one more. Time for one more we have. Tuck your toes under, Vijaya. Tuck toes under, that's it. So don't think of, when you go back, don't think of these feet that are there somewhere. Just go back. Because you can go back. Lifting through the front. Strength through the back. Even arch through the back. Looks really good, Emma. Strong and integrated. And you can stay there. Or you can take the arms down, whatever feels best. And when you come out of the pose to balance, remember to come out and stay a bit more in this position of strength. So you come from here to quite a strong pose, then take your hands down and draw your tummy a little in. So think of the cow pose. So there's also some form of engagement at the front. So then there is the easing of the back is more subtle. If you go straight away into child pose, then the muscles and these facet joints on either side of the spine, they are geared towards bending back. So you want to ease them slightly out into something more neutral beforehand. And as you work with this sense of strength and control, then they stay and ease slightly back to neutral, and then you can balance that. Okay, good. You're all done? Yeah? Then come onto your hands, and we go into down dog first. It's a nice way now to work and see how that feels now. How your body feels. Space around the shoulder blades on the outside and open through the underarms. And then bring your knees onto the floor and sweep forwards. Really out breath. And come onto your tummy. Untap your toes. Come one more time into cobra. Now work the elbows, move them, draw them back. Lift through the front, all the same movements. Notice how that feels now in cobra. If that has benefited from this work in Ustrasana. And then back down onto the floor and then turn onto your back. So roll onto your back. Nice and slow. Do 2 movements. So come into upside down table first. Take a few breaths, toes pointing up to broaden over the back of the waist again. Shoulders, shoulder blades. And then we go into thread the needle pose. So bend your right knee, bring it in front of the left, the ankle bone, little more over to the left side, hands around the left thigh. You can use your belt again if you need a bit more space. The shoulders should feel relaxed, toes pointing up, both sets. And your right toes are drawing towards the shin as well to support the knee. The knee is moved by the thigh rotating out in the hip. That takes the knee back. Deep breaths in. Long breath up, tops of shoulders, drawing away from the ears. Long through the spine. Inhale and exhale. One more breath in and one more breath out. Next in breath, straighten your right leg. Bend the left knee, rotate the leg out. Try to bring it in front of the right knee without using your hands. So the legs, they move themselves into position. You can sort of readjust, fine adjustments. Toes pointing up, the left toes towards the shin. Broad over the back of the pelvis. Rotating out. The left thigh in the hip. So work from the hip. Shoulders relaxing. And the next in breath. Release up again, upside down table. And now we go into a butterfly in this position. So hold on to your feet, bring them together, keep them over pelvis, the knees moving out. You can do gentle swaying movements. Bring the knees up towards the shoulders. Or you can stay steady, take the knees down by, again, rotating out. Everything comes from the hips. Tops of shoulders away from the ears. Deep breath in. Down to navel, exhale. Inhale, down to navel. Exhale, navel draws gently in.
3 more of that. Slow breath. Down to navel or beyond. Exhale, navel draws gently in. And with the following in-breath, release. Bring the hands onto the knees. With the out-breath, draw the knees down. Let them resist again a little bit. Bring the elbows around the knees if you like. Lift your head for a moment. Towards the knees, keep the shoulders again away. And then roll your head back onto the floor. And then slowly releasing. Bring the feet back onto the floor. Okay, so here, come into any position that you like to relax in. You can still come into butterfly, but with cushions on either side of the thighs, so that it is more sense of opening rather than stretching out. Or you can take your legs up, which is nice as well, against the wall or on the seat of sofa, chair, or you come into Shavasana. Any is good. You listen to your body and what your body likes doing, what feels is needed now. This is what you do. Arrive in this first state of letting go. So where your body and your mind, they know that there is nothing to do at the moment. That the muscles are allowed to relax, to release. Muscles of the legs, because they have done quite a lot this morning, and afterwards again they're in demand, so allow those to relax, to let go. Muscles of your back as well. Give it this pause, the rest, to respite. And gather strength again for the rest of the day to keep you in this upright position. Arms, they are relaxing as well. Feel the breath now flowing gently. Feel this gentle expansion and release comes with the breath. Deepen your breath again. Invite movement, awareness back into your body. Bend your knees. Roll onto your side. Come from this side. Back up into sitting. Check in again with the different levels, different layers, how they feel now. Always observe without any judgment, any comments. See what it is. Know that whatever is okay. Breathe in, pause, breathe out, pause, breathe in, pause, breathe out, pause. Open your eyes just a little bit. Gaze drops down to the space in front of your body. Breathe in, pause, breathe out, pause. One more in that rhythm. Looking out into the day, whatever you're going to do, but at the same time staying firmly connected to yourself. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Okay, thank you.